Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working? So it would seem. Isn't that kinda weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? That you can see. It's just this keyboard and a monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. Oh, wireless display? Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly. 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 Hey! Wirelessly. Wirelessly. I can say a new word. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? He most certainly had not, but... Is that... normal? Yes, at least where I worked. Huh? You worked with computers? I thought you'd have worked with a pole woman. As they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass, followed by a colon. Looks like we need to enter the password. Again. There must be a hint around here somewhere. Could you go take a look? Yeah, I'm on it. What are you gonna do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. On your own? Yep, on my own. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself onto it, in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left then right. Alright, let's kick some ass. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at incredible speed. The click-clack of keys were running together like machine gun fire. She's a computer-literate prostitute! What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't! What kind of job do you have? What are you? I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. Why? Lotus blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. Brute what? A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is I just attack the thing. Head on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. Brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it'd take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run such an attack on its own. Can you write a program without access to any of the things? Can you? I'm not gonna fucking question it. The other half's the computer engineer, not me. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. You know, she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. What were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? Huh? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you. Alright. So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange? No. Not really. Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The, main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yes, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see, the colour changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see, so this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. The truth is that, just like you said, the computer's doing the calculating. These cave people wouldn't know that. Because they have no idea the monitor and the computer are connected. Wirelessly. So just continue to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Yeah, I'd like to know. What the fuck are you on about, bitch? Nothing. Really. It's just, I thought maybe... What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Huh? Oh! Oh, I get it. Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into... Ah! Aha! 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 So... that computer that we're on was hooked up to... the mannequin? But the mannequin wasn't the mannequin, it was a person? They were seeing the computing power of the human brain? Fuck. The scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so simulating this part of the brain causes a person to see colours. That must mean that each neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought process must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains. Where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly. He was a little surprised to be hearing something like that from someone like her. The brain is just an output device? Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultist religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else, some sort of main body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose that would explain... Aphasius? Aphasius. This is a new word. I like new words. New words teach me things. Aphasia. Oh, aphasia! Oh, okay, no, that's not a new word. I just didn't know how it was written. For people who don't know, let's get the wiki for it. Aphasius. Aphasia is a disturbance of the comprehension and formulation of language caused by dysfunction in specific brain regions. This class of language disorder ranges from having difficulty remembering words to losing the ability to speak, read, or write. This also affects visual language, such as sign language. Aphasia is linked to brain damage, and most commonly by stroke. Brain damage is linked to aphasia, can also cause further brain diseases, such as cancer, epilepsy, and Alzheimer's disease. There we go. It's what it disturbs language. I suppose that would explain aphasias and blindsight too. Perhaps they can actually speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia. Oh, for fuck's sake. Prosopagnosia. Face blindness. The inability to recognise faces. Oh. We're suffering from the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, you'd have to fucking explain it now, wouldn't you, after I've gone and looked it up. He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. Actually, that's where I knew aphasia from, was from watching House. The episode with the Asian kid. Can't remember, but, is it verbs or nouns? One of the two. What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia? Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, simply put, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognise each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognising even people they're close to. Usually, they can do it by associating people with other things, their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. Unless you've spent a lot of time around them. I mean, I've got fucking, what, 11 mice? Each one of my mice have got a different face. I can tell by their faces. But then again, I suppose people aren't as exposed to that. They just see a mouse and go, oh, it's the same! Zoo staff that works then would learn to identify different monkeys. Eventually, but you or I couldn't. Unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. I hope I'm saying that right. Prosopagnosia, huh? I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. What were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting? Not funny. Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic about it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. Oh, I really don't trust her. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high, and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyse the system. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession. A line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Huh? Piece of cake. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared, to be replaced with 9 squares arranged in 3 by 3 square. Ah, the thingy! Oh, brilliant. What the hell is that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly Lotus stood up. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff? I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard... Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? We take a break, alright? I did my part. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. From here on out, he told himself he would rely on no one else. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. This fourth touch is your end. Okay, well I know what I'm supposed to do. So when I press one of the panels, the colours of the next to it switch. Oh, it looks like there's some text here. All panels green unlock. Restrictions no more than 4 attempts will automatically reset after failure. In other words, I have to get all the panels green in less than 4 tries. Well, we know how to do that, don't we? 1 at the bottom, 2 at the top, 3 and then 4. Maybe I should run over the instructions one more time. I'm dealing with the red and green panels. When I touch one of the panels, some of the others will change colour. There's a pattern to it. I need to get all the panels to turn green. I have to do it in 4 turns, 4 touches. It automatically resets if I go higher than that. Alright, let's give this another shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Clover. Alright, I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? Look, Junpei! The lights on the lockers are green. You must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. Really? That's all you're gonna give me? There's more than one key in here. This one is small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches the keyhole in the door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now, as for the other key... What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh! What is it? I wondered, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? The activation key... Yes, it has to be. I feel good about this. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover. Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute? He put the puzzle aside for that moment and walked over to Clover. What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird? Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother, and of course, she would have been worried about him. He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something. Even a small something that might help her. However... Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but... that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. Do you reckon he heard something? Wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but... if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, Snake, I mean... was he born... You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No. He wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm... His arm? Yeah. My brother's left arm is... it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm. Is that all you wanted to ask me? Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked down the stairs. That's going to be an important plot point. The fact that he has a prosthetic arm. Clover, take this. Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Whoa, what's that all about? I also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, can we talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of here. Right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this chick. Okay, so there's not for the mannequin thing. This, the control device for the electronic door lock. The red light is on. This, control device for the electronic door lock. The red light is on. Nope. Yeah, this! Aha! Hello! This key! The shape of it sure seems like it goes to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Hola! Okay, the monitor is on now, and it's full of letters. Lotus! It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental. No! Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Oh fuck. Typing on this keyboard isn't doing squat. Clover? Get away from the thing! I'm gonna get Clover out of here. Yeah, get away from the thing! Get away from the thing! I'm gonna attach this thing. Maybe I should give it a name. How about Science Boy? Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah, it's because we activate the power over this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. What about this? Is the monitor. A whole bunch of cables under this table. Science Boy is lying on the table. His poor head is full of electrodes. It's a rack. There are some cables. I've got the scribblings on the table already. Maybe if you increase the voltage. Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max? Hey! Wait, Clover. Oh, shit. Bye, Science Boy. What? I think, you killed him. Ah! Brain fire! The mannequin's head! Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. Gah, what the hell? Fire detected. Fire detected. Emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. The fuck? We were supposed to do that? Damn! The gate's still shut. The control device for the electronic door lock. The green light is on. Junpei, the light turned green. And the lock must be open. We can't just leave though. We have to save Clover first. Okay, to the computer panel. Hey, the screen is all red. Malfunction has been detected. Experiment discontinued. It says the emergency system has been activated. The keyboard does nothing. Fuck. We've already inserted the key and activated this machine. Shit. Oh, come on. There's gotta be a way to get her out. Clover's still in trouble. We have to save her now. Clover's still in trouble. We have to save her now. Yes, I know, but I don't know how. Clover's still in trouble. Clover is still in trouble on the other side of the gate. We've got to save her now. The mannequin's the size of a human being. It's on fire. Clover's on the other side of this gate. She's in pretty bad shape. What are you doing, Junpei? You need to save Clover now. I don't know how! Clover's still in trouble. Fuck. Junpei, look at the light. Yes, it's green. The emergency system has activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Really? 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 Junpei! Come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Were you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright! What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead! I didn't see the door! Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not going to stay in that room forever. Yeah, you're right. Come on. You found it!